Hello everyone, welcome to this video. So today I want to show you guys how to build a 16-bit divider in Minecraft using Redstone. So here you can see how this looks like. The reason I'm doing this video is because I was watching Wing's tutorial series on how to build a calculator, and there seem to be some issues with his divider that he's shown, and I thought why not make my own design, try it myself, and yeah, do a tutorial on it. So here we have it. You can see it is not too big, but it is unfortunately quite slow. So whatever. Let's try an example. Let's do, for example, 17, which is this number, I think, I hope, divided by 3. So here we have a clock button. We can press this, and now the computation starts. And this takes around 1.5 seconds per bit, which means for 16 bits that it needs at least 24 seconds. So plus some additional input and output delays, so it's going to take like 25 seconds in total to compute the result. So 17 divided by 3 is 5 with a remainder of 2, so here we should get a 5, and here, yeah, perfect. So here you can see 101, which is 5, and here a remainder of 2. Okay, let's maybe do one more example. So here we also have a reset button. You can press this. This clears the number that we have here in the back. So let's maybe do, let's maybe turn all these lamps on like this, and let's divide this by 6. So 6 is 110, and then we start the calculation. So here on the left side we have 2 to the power 16 minus 1, which is 65,535, and we divide this by 6. So we should get, what should our result be? Our result should be 10,922 here for the quotient, and a remainder of 6 times 0.5, so a remainder of 3 right here. And this is the result we get. So is this correct? Well, let's turn this number, this 10,000 number, into binary, which is precisely 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, and so on. So this looks correct. Okay, so let's start building this thing. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to build an 8-bit adder. So I'm going to use Matt's CCA design that is shown in this video. I will speed this up a little bit, and then you can compare. Okay, so this is basically how one layer should look like. Now we just want to stack this thing up 7 times. So I'll take a wand and yeah, do it step by step. Okay, so now I stack everything up. So we have to cut off this, okay, like this. And we also have to cut off this redstone line, and we can remove a few glass blocks. Here we can add something like this. Okay, so this should be, oh, I think I'm missing the blocks here. Okay, so this should be the 8-bit CCA. I think, I hope I didn't do any mistakes. So what we can do is we can just test it out. Here at the bottom we want to do place a torch on this block. In this glass block it should be a solid block, so the redstone signal gets sent through like this. Okay, but we can deactivate this for now, and we can just check if this thing works correctly. So we're gonna take some inputs and and see if it computes the correct result. So we're gonna use something like this. Stack this 7 up. Maybe also go to here, put some lamps here, so we can see the outputs. Okay, let's do 7 plus 5. 7 plus 5 is 12, which is 1100. Looks good to me. Let's maybe turn on all the lamps. Let's maybe just, yeah. My God. Like this. And we can see that we get the correct result. Every lamp should be on except for the lowest one. And if we now activate this, it should also turn on. Nice. Okay, we can remove this again. This is just for testing. So in the algorithm, we are always doing subtraction, which means that we take the 2's complement, so we always will add a 1 here, so we can also remove this lever, which means that this lamp is kind of always turned on. Okay, we can also remove this lamp. Okay, so the next step is we want to build the conditional subtractor. So we're going to take these outputs here from the adder. We're going to add 3 blocks like this. We're going to add a repeater on 2 ticks and one on 4 ticks, and then a comparator in subtract mode like this. And we can build 2 blocks in front with redstone on top and let it loop around here like this. Yeah. Now we go to the inputs and we go to the side of this left redstone dust, I guess. We're going to place a block like this and a repeater in front going into this block so it powers this redstone right here. Here on the left side we want to build a line that goes to the yellow line, and we want to place some redstone on top. And here we want to place a comparator on subtract mode that is precisely on the same length as this one. And here we want to place 3 repeaters. The first 2 on 4 ticks and the third one on 3 ticks. So again, 4, 4, 3. So in total, this should be 11 ticks and this should be 6 ticks. So these repeaters, they are very important, and it is also very important that you get the timing exactly right, because otherwise, you will have problems because there will be like short pulses going through the system, which is bad. Okay, so this is how it should look like. Now what you want to do is you want to mix between either taking this signal or taking this signal. For that I will take a different color. I think I chose lime. Let me just grab some blocks right here. So we're going to build it like this. We're going to build blocks like this. Repeater on top of here, going into this comparator, and into this comparator we run the redstone dust. And here next to the repeater we want to place a block. Let me get a torch maybe. We want to place a block with a torch attached to it. And now next to these blocks we want to build a glass staircase with redstone on top, like this. So now if we put like power onto here, we can see it switches between the left or the right side. So currently we take the right input, but if I remove this torch, we take this input and this is blocked. So now what we need to do is we need to stack this thing up 7 times. So we take kind of like this area here, stack 7 up like this. And we also want to take the gray line and stack it up to the 8-bit as well. So again, we can remove this block. Again, it is highly important that these repeaters are exactly on 6 ticks and here on 11 ticks. Okay, so this looks good so far. Now what we want to do is we want to take this output, route it back to the input, but also shift it by 1. So the way we are doing this is we just take this output. So for now, let's maybe put a signal right here, so the right input is unlocked. We're gonna go to here, maybe take yellow or some glass. You can also use slabs if you want. We want to take the signal and we want to route it up by 1 bit, like so. I'm gonna place a yellow line right here and we connect it to this input. So again, the first output, so the output from the first bit gets routed into the input of the second bit. Place some redstone on top of here, like so. And now we need repeaters. So one repeater right here. And we're also going to use a comparator. We're going to place it right here. And we place it on subtract mode. So this comparator is used for cancellation. So later when we finish our calculation, we basically want to cancel any signal that is on this line. So we just get rid of it. Okay, this looks good so far, I think. So now what we're going to do is we're going to stack this whole thing up again. So I'm going to take like small portions, stack it up like this, like so. And yeah, now we should have something that looks like this. So this upper line, it is currently not connecting to anything because, well, we're gonna build 8 more bits on top of that, and this is gonna connect to the 9th bit. But for now, let's keep it like this. Okay, this looks good so far. So now what we want to do is we want to first off maybe remove this torch here. We don't need it anymore. Maybe also remove this block. We want to take this whole thing and stack it on top of each other. So the way we are going to do this is we're going to take our wand, go to here maybe, need to go one block lower, like this. Maybe use a glass block to make it easier to see. So we go to here, 3 blocks down, and we go to up here. Okay, so this whole area should be covered. Everything is inside the box. Very nice. So now we go to, let's maybe go to here. So we go to the first input, place 3 blocks, so we are just outside this area, and we're gonna stand here and we're gonna copy this. So now we go up, we place 3 blocks on top of here, like this. One more block, 4 blocks, and then we go out by 3, like so. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Want to stand on this block and we want to write paste. Like this. Okay, we can remove the glass blocks. So between like this 8th bit input and the 9th bit input, there should be, yeah, I guess like a 3 block or 4 block gap. So if you place blocks, you should have 3 blocks right here. So, yeah, this looks good. So when you stand here, there should be a 2 block gap between this and that. Okay, so this looks good so far. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this 8th bit output and we're going to connect it to this 9th bit input by placing this staircase. So one very, very important thing is that we need to put this repeater on either Vortex, or we can also maybe like place some repeaters here. So because the upper 8-bit calculation has a 3-tick delay, we also need to delay kind of this information by 3 ticks, because here we have information traveling from the 8th bit to the 9th bit. But again, this calculation here for the top 8 bits is going to happen 3 ticks later. So it is very important that you put 3 ticks of delay here to, yeah, to accommodate for this delay. If you've done that, it should look good. So all the other lines have only one repeater, but this line that goes from the 8th bit to the 9th bit, it should have 4 ticks of delay. So just 4 repeaters, like this. Okay, yeah, we can remove the glass, get rid of this, like so. So now we need to connect this adder to the upper adder. And we are going to do this by taking this C out that we have here. So here this comparator runs into a block. We're going to place a torch on here, block on top, maybe a block to the side like this. We're gonna just route this up. And here we want to place a glass block on this torch. Do it like so. And now we routed the carry out of the first 8 bits into the carry in of the next 8 bits. So this should be working just fine. Rid of this glass block. Yeah. We also need to connect this thing up to here. So in order to do that, I will just give a quick signal so we can see how far the redstone goes. Maybe we can replace this block already with a solid block. Do something like this. Power it from below. So we have a signal here, and now we want to take this signal and we want to connect it to here with a 3-tick delay. So the way we're going to do this, let's see, how can we do this? We can put a block on top of here, redstone dust on top, go 1 block higher, redstone dust, block, block, like so. Here we want to cut the signal so it doesn't connect to this, and torch on top. And now we want to replace this with a solid block. And now you can see this signal travels from here to here. But we want 3 ticks. This is currently only 1, 2 ticks. So we want to add a repeater right here, like so. So now if this thing turns off, then the signal here turns off 3 ticks later, and vice versa. Okay, so this is our multiplexer. And now what we need to do is we need to take the carry out, so this signal, and we have to route it all the way to the beginning of the multiplexer. So to do that, I will just maybe take some, I think I chose red wool, yeah. So this is a little bit annoying in my opinion. We need to build a spiral that goes down. So I'm going to place a block right here, redstone torch attached to this. And now we want to let the spiral down. Let's do this very quickly. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Block right here with torch attached to it. So now if we put redstone on top of here, it should just barely reach the torch on the block, like so. So this is signal strength 1. It turns this torch off. So let's maybe remove this so we can see the signal strength. We want to route this all the way down. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Torch, and now redstone on top. Like so. This should also just barely reach. Nice. Now we can replace this dust here. Boom. And now we just need to connect this signal to this multiplexer. Like this. Okay. So now what we can see is that so when this redstone dust is off, it means that we have a negative sign bit. So we did a subtraction, which resulted in a negative sign, which means that we do not want to do the subtraction. So we want to block the right side. So this is currently done here. There's some signals coming through, but we ignore those. So now if I just turn this thing on, you can see it switches. So if this thing is on, we have a positive sign, which means that we want to do the subtraction. We want to take the result of the subtraction. So we block the left side and the right side should be unlocked. So again, if this thing is powered, if you put a torch here and put power to this, these torches should all be off. And if we remove this torch, then all these torches should be on. Okay, so this is very important to check. So now we build the multiplexer. Now let's get to the inputs. First off, we can remove this upper line. It does not connect to anything. I'll put a block here because we can still take this output. Okay, so we want to sorry for that. We want to build uh, the inputs. So we're gonna go to here, and because we're doing subtraction, we want to do 2's complement. So we want to take the number b and we want to invert it. So I'll just do it very quickly like this. We're going to place a block with a redstone, torch at the side and redstone dust on top. Take this whole thing, stack 7 up. Go to here, do the same thing. Like this. We can also maybe, yeah, let's just keep it like this. So now we're going to go to this other input. I'm going to copy some stuff from here. All the blocks that I need. Okay. So now we're going to build the inputs. For that, we're going to go to here, to this corner, and go how many blocks? 4 blocks out, like so. Place a redstone lamp like here, and a redstone lamp below that. Lever, lever. Okay, let's maybe remove those. Go down to here, place a comparator on subtract mode behind this redstone lamp. Then maybe a block, like this, running into a redstone dust. So now we want to basically build something that shifts the signal up every time in a constant rhythm, basically. So I'm going to place a block right here, repeater right here. We're going to set this to, let's see, this is 4 ticks, 3 ticks, 3 ticks, 3 ticks. Okay, so I'm going to place this on 4 ticks, one more block like this. Now a repeater on 3 ticks, block, torch at the side, block on top, repeater on 3 ticks, block, repeater on 3 ticks, block, and a torch, like so. So this is 4 plus 3 plus 1, which is 8, plus 3 plus 3 plus 1, which is 8 plus 7. So this is exactly 15 ticks of delay. So basically, if I put a block here, redstone dust on top, if I give a signal, maybe let me freeze the game and give a signal, and this is going to turn on the first tick, and on the 15th tick, this redstone dust is also going to turn on. So let's count. So we are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so exactly 15 ticks later, this redstone dust turns on. Okay, so now we just want to take the whole thing and stack it. And go to here, oops, like this, stack it 7 up, like so. Now we want to take this block and this block, like this, stack it up 7 times. Okay, so it should look something like this. Okay, right, so I did a small mistake. Let's do it again. Go to here, take this block, and take this block, like this. And we want to copy the whole thing. So we stand on this corner, copy it, and we go up. But this is not the correct corner. We don't want to paste it here because this is one bit too low. We want to place one block on top of this, stand on here, and now we want to paste it. Like so. So this uppermost bit, it should be precisely on the same height as this thing. Okay. Now we need to connect this output to here. And the way we can do this is we remove this torch, place a redstone dust on top, like so, to redstone, and then we place a block with a torch on top, like this. Okay. So there should be no signal on this line. We can also remove sorry, this block is important because this torch goes into this, but these repeaters can be removed, like so. Okay, so this is our input for the number A. What we still need to do is we need to basically cancel this input. So for that, I'm going to use light blue. So I'm going to go to here, place repeaters on 3 ticks, and stack this 7 up. And now we want to build another glass tower. Going to use auto dust for this. Makes it quite simple to build. So again, this needs to be 3 ticks. And now for the upper 8 bits, we just want 1 tick repeaters. Auto dust with the glass tower, like this. And now we want to connect this to here. We can do it like so. I can show you. We place a block right here with a torch on top. And redstone dust like this. Oh my god. Like so. Block like right here. Torch. And replace this by a solid block like so. So now if we give a signal down here, like so, all these repeaters are gonna turn on, blocking these comparators from sending anything through. Right, so nothing gets through here. Okay. So we can also replace this block. How did I do it? Let's just keep it like this. Let's do it later. Okay, so now we need to build another spiral. We need to take this uppermost bit and we need to wire it down. So let's maybe turn this lamp on. So we have a signal. Go to here. Now we're gonna just spiral down. Take the signal like so. Okay. And now we're just gonna go down here. So this is 2, 1. There's a torch right here. Turn this off, maybe, so we can see the signal strength. So it should be 4, I think. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, and we want to connect this thing to here. Maybe put a block right here. This, okay. And replace this redstone dust right here. Okay, so what should happen is that if this lamp is turned off, there should be no signal right here. And if we turn it on, let's go to here, flick this on, we should have a signal right here. Nice. Okay, so this is already looking quite good. We are almost done. Now we need to build the input for B. For that, I'm just gonna go to here, place glass like this, wire on top, go out to here, like so. Connect this to here, and now we just want to stack this up again 7 times. Nice. And we can just, I guess, copy paste it. Like so. Okay, so now we have the input for the number B. Okay, so next up is the output of this thing. So for that, we're gonna go to this red line. We're gonna go 4 blocks out, like so. place redstone on top, place a block with a redstone torch, block on top, redstone dust right here. So this should have, yeah, I guess a distance of like 2 blocks between this yellow line. Now we want to place a block right here, another block like so, repeater on 4 ticks, block, block, and now a repeater on 3 ticks. Another block, torch at the side. This should not connect to this redstone line. Block on top, 3 ticks, block here, redstone torch right here. And yeah, block on top, block on the side, redstone dust on top. So what this does is that it carries the outputs, so this carry out signal, so the sine signal, it captures it here and shifts it up every 15 ticks. So this should be again 4, 3, 3, 3. So this is 9 ticks, plus these 4 ticks is 13 ticks, 14 and 15 ticks. Okay. So we want to extend this, so we grab a wand. Maybe we use this block and this redstone dust, and we stack this up 7 times, like so. Okay, this looks good so far. This is now gonna connect to the 9th bit. Gonna do that later. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this signal, put it right here, and put a comparator on subtract mode. We're gonna stack this also 7 up. Then we're gonna let me see how much space did I leave here. So 2 blocks. We're gonna build 2 more blocks here in front. 1 more block, repeater, going into a solid block, and then a redstone lamp. So this is gonna be our output, and we will also stack this 7 up. So we can grab this thing, stack it 7 up. Now I think I grabbed magenta glass. Just gonna grab this. So we need to power these comparators to turn them off. For that we're gonna use a repeater right here, a block with a repeater on top, and then we're gonna put some wire through this. So we're gonna stack this up, like this. And we're gonna copy or stack this up 7 times again. So like so. And here for the lowest block, we actually want to place a solid block with a torch. And this block should also be solid. So this is gonna give a signal which travels all the way up here. And we will just leave it like this for now. And we will extend it later. Okay, so this is for this comparator. This just cancels the output. So this is useful for resetting. Now we need to build the same thing right here. So basically we can just take a copy of this maybe. Like so. Copy this and paste it right here. Like so. So this is going to lock all those repeaters and it's going to save our final result. So now what we need to do is we need to basically give a signal to this towers. So if we first unpower this thing, the signal gets through these comparators, and then in the next step we want to unpower this torch. So we're going to build 2 blocks here and 1 repeater on 1 tick right here. And this is going to go, so if we place a button right here, what this does is it unlocks this comparator and then unlocks this repeater. It lets the signal go through and then stores the signal basically. All right, so now we also want to store the remainder. For that we're gonna go 2 blocks out like so, place a repeater right here, and we want to connect this signal to this repeater, make it locked as well, place a block on top, and a redstone lamp in the front. We're gonna stack this 7 up again, and here we basically want to stack this 7 up like so. And here we will just take this glass tower, the signal coming from this glass tower, and route it into here, like so. So let's maybe turn auto dust on, like this. So all these repeaters are locked. So the next thing is we're gonna grab some yellow stained glass. We're gonna go to this corner, move this button, we don't need that. Turn this into a glass block, so we can transport a signal, like so. And we're gonna, so I place redstone on top of here already, so like this. We're gonna place a block here to cut this line off. And now we can access this torch from below. And we can maybe stack this line a little bit like so. And yeah. Okay, now we want to build the clock button, which works like this. So we go to the front again and we want to find the middle of these two lever rows, I guess. So we want to go somewhere right here. So this is the middle block. We want to place a redstone lamp with a button. So this is our start button. When we press this button, we want to start the calculation. So I think I forgot to show it, but here under this redstone staircase, you want to place a block like this with a torch. So this is going to power this line, and it's gonna disable these inputs. So if we press something here, it's not gonna get set through here. So the first thing we're gonna do is we want to unpower this redstone torch for exactly 15 ticks, and well, a button produces 10 ticks, so we want to basically produce a signal that is 15 ticks long. So we're going to place 2 repeaters on 6 ticks, 1 repeater on 1 tick like this. Put some redstone down here, put a block in front of this, another block here, and some redstone dust right here. So if we press this button, this torch gets unpowered for exactly 15 ticks or 1.5 seconds. Now we want to take this signal like so. Let it go 1 block up. This should also not connect to anything. This is why we placed this block here. Place another block right here. And here we're going to place 1 repeater on 1 tick and 1 repeater on 2 ticks. And this should go into a redstone line. And now we need to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks like this. And we're going to build a small capacitor. So this is just a timer that gives a signal after a short period of time. So we want to place 8 comparators in a row like this, place a solid block in front, place a block to the side with redstone dust on top, and comparators right here. So now what's going to happen is that if we press this button, this capacitor gets loaded and it is slowly decaying. So you see this is 12, 11, 10, and so on and so on. And when it turns off, it should give a pulse. For that, let me just place this again. We want to take a repeater output from this block, put a block in front, and here we want to place a redstone torch. And this redstone torch should be precisely below this first comparator. So this should not power any redstone that is on top of here. And now what we're going to do is we will build a pulse former. So basically we take this output, give me some redstone right here. So I'm gonna build something like this. We want to produce a short pulse. We place a repeater on 2 ticks like this. Place a comparator on subtract mode right here, and a redstone dust right here. So what this does is whenever this gets unpowered and powered again, it will produce a short pulse. And we can connect this to this magenta line. So if we press this, it gives a short pulse, and this pulse means that we store our final result. Okay. Also, what we have to do is we have to connect some other things up. So basically here I went 1 block up. The reasoning for this is we want to go to here and we want to build a small a small cell, a small memory cell that stores the signal. So we're gonna go up like this, place a block right here. It should be exact on this corner. Redstone torch, redstone dust like this. Let it run into another torch, like so. Put some redstone dust on top of here. So what's going to happen is when we press this button, it's going to store the signal, right? So this redstone torch is now on. Let's reset this. And when this torch turns on, so when the calculation is complete, we want to reset this cell. So what we're going to do is we're going to take signal maybe like this, going out right here, and here we're going to build a pulse former again. So build a comparator right here, repeater right here, put some dust on top of here, and maybe just connect this up to here like this. Put redstone on top of here, so this signal should barely reach. So this is going to reset this memory cell. And we need this memory cell to basically allow inputs going through this yellow line. So we want to, when this is activated, we want all these comparators to be locked. So we do that by placing repeaters right here and some glass. Do I have some glass here? No, I don't. So we're gonna build glass here. Stack this up a few times. I don't have any space. So like this maybe. Stack 7 up. And also we need some redstone here. Stack this 7 up as well. Okay. So now we can take this output right here. Put some glass here to route the signal. Block here, repeater. And now when this torch is on, these comparators are locked, so they don't let a signal go through. We need to build the same thing for these upper 8 bits right here. Put this into my second slot. I have a wand already in my hand, so I can do this. And this just needs to get stacked 6 up, not 7, right? Because we don't have this seventh line above there. So now we need to wire this into up here. We can just do this using a torch tower, because here the time is not really of importance. Almost. Yeah, we can just go one higher like this. Make this a solid block. Redstone dust. Perfect. So now when we press the button, what's gonna happen is this memory cell gets flipped, and now all these comparators are unlocked, so the signals can get through here. Okay, we are almost done. To be honest, I think we are already done. Yeah, this is already everything. The only thing that we can still add is a reset button. So for that, we just want to basically give power to this torch without powering these comparators. So basically, this is locked. We read a 0 and we store the 0 to here. So for that, we go below here, build some blocks here with a torch, another torch, like so. So this is going to power this torch. And now we just need to connect a signal to this torch. So we're just going to build a line right here. Make it go all the way to the front. Maybe put a repeater right here. And now we just need to put a button. And yeah, now we also place. So basically when we press the clock button, we also want it to reset once. So we're gonna just put a repeater here to the reset line to let it reset. So here we most definitely need a repeater somewhere. Let's check it out. Repeater right here next to this one. So this should reach perfectly. Okay. So now the only thing left to do is we need to just extend these things for the upper 8 bits, and then we should be done. So we can already give it a test run. So let's maybe first put some concrete here, make this clear. Let's do maybe 15 divided by 3. So we input a 3 here and a 15 here. And our result should be 5 with a remainder of 0. So 1, 0, 1. I'm going to speed up the game so we don't have to wait so long. Looks good. So this calculation was correct and it stopped everything nicely. This memory cell is resetted. Everything looks perfect. So now the only thing left to do is we need to take this whole thing and stack it on top of here. So for that, I'm going to grab a wand again and I'm going to copy it. I'm going to take this corner and I'm going to take this corner. I'm going to stand on this corner and write copy. When I go up to here, write paste. And now we need to connect this thing up to here. So we're gonna get rid of this torch, place a block here, redstone dust on top, remove this block, place a block right here, and a redstone torch on top, like so. Okay, this should connect to here. Now we also need to copy this whole circuit. So I'm gonna go down here maybe. Yeah, okay. And I'm gonna go to, let's say, here. Maybe stand on this spot, copy it, go to here, paste it, so like this, and we can also remove these blocks right here. So it should look something like this. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bits. Okay. Can get rid of those glass blocks and we can get rid of this block. So basically what we need to do now is we need to wire this thing into up here. And actually I forgot, how did I do that? Right, okay. So we can place a magenta block right here, torch right here, and now we build one more block here with a torch on top, remove this block, maybe take some glass, put the glass right here, and let this signal go up. The thing is, we need 3 ticks of delay between these and those repeaters. And the problem is this is only 2. So what we're going to do is we go to these repeaters and we put 1 more tick here. So this is to make it synchronized. We can also put the 1 tick more here on this side, like this. And yeah, and we also have to wire this. So we put a block right here, redstone torch on top, solid block, redstone torch. Maybe replace this with glass. Yeah, here we need to replace these blocks with glass, I think. Like so. Place here a block, a solid block. Like so. Okay. And these repeaters should be on 2 ticks. So we have a 3 tick delay from the lower 8 bits to the upper 8 bits. This should be it. So let's give it a test run. Let's first off reset the output. Looks perfect to me. And now we're just going to input 2 to the power 16 minus 1. Oops. Like so. And we're going to divide this by 6. Press this button. I'm going to speed the game up a little bit. This looks perfect. So here we got the 10,000 something and here 3. So yeah, this was the tutorial. I hope you understood something. I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Well, yeah, thank you for watching. See ya.